Good afternoon, Camille Cunningham. How's everyone doing today? I'm just kind of chilling. It is what is it? Today's Saturday. Got nothing better to do. Was feeling really under the weather earlier, so I called into work. I'm gonna turn this music off. Only because copyright and shit, and also just to make sure you guys can hear me a little bit better. Move my mic and everything. Sorry, I know the music slaps, but just have to bear with me. So I'm just gonna kind of fuck around. Actually, how much money do I have? I need to buy... I'd like to have an actual objective, not just kind of do whatever. So I want to get into this room. Do some bounty hunter missions, so I need to get the bounty hunters. I don't know who I have and haven't bought, but I was worried TK would be here, but he isn't, so I'll watch this. We were gonna do a Lego Star Wars stream together. We're still going to. It's just he couldn't make it today, and I felt I was bored, so I wanted to do this. I say I was bored. I should be working on my Ahsoka video, but you know me. Always procrastinating and shit. I need Boba Fett and... Wow, I really have not bought, like, anyone, have I? Need Greedo. Imperial Spy. Trying to remember who all, like, what all bounty hunters are in this squad that I need. It's, IG-88, Greedo, Dengar, Bosk, and, Boba, right? That's it? Bosk. Emperor. Dengar. I think that's it. Oh, and, Forlom. Where is he? I think that's everyone, so... Fuck off. Okay. Gonna do some bounty hunter missions, because fuck it, why not? Before I do that, I need to find... Did Jabba just fart? Sheev, you gonna play Spider-Man 2 PS5? No, because I don't have a PS5. And I haven't even played the first game. I only know, like, the story and stuff. Alright, let's start out with the basics. Man, this title crawl is so unengaging without, like, music. There. I forgot I'm kind of on a time crunch here. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure I remember where most of the people are, right? So this shouldn't be hard. Ooh. Qui-Gon. I've always loved the premises of some of these, because it's like, yeah, you need to, you need to capture a bounty, and, like, this is the character you're after, and this is the location they're at, and the location they're at, it's like, if they're here, then, like, I kind of doubt that a bounty hunter is required to get them, you know what I mean? Like, Qui-Gon is in the middle of a Trade Federation ship, and he needs, like, we need bounty hunters to capture him, and not just, like, send battle droids. I don't know, I just think it's funny. Yeah, I knew exactly where she... Yeah, I've played this game a few too many times, I think. Clearly. If you guys are getting bored by the bounty hunter missions, I might just go do something else, but like, I don't know. It's a good way to farm some money. I remember these being pretty fun, pretty challenging. Or if not challenging, then at the very least engaging, right? I remember where Jar Jar is. Come on. Could be wrong, though. I am, in fact, playing this children's game as a 22-year-old, so times have changed. Yeah. Best bounty hunter mission? I don't know. I don't think I've ever thought of it, but when my brothers and I were kids and we needed to, like, get money fast, we always just immediately went to Kit Fisto, because he's, like, super quick. You can get to him in, like, 10 seconds. Like, as long as you spawn in as Boba. If you spawn in as someone else, there's gonna be, like, a little bit of fuckery trying to, like, change into Boba, but, like, otherwise, he's super easy to find. It does not take very long. You make shit tons of money. Oh, I remember what I need one of the Droid Bounty Hunters. This one. Give me that shit. Okay. I'm trying to... see, this one I remember being a little bit hard because I don't remember... Okay, he's in this one. So I need to change... something. Yeah, I can never remember what shields need to be moved around. Oh, that was it. That was it. That was the whole thing. Okay. I recognize that these are, you know, missions designed for, like, grade school age children. So I'm not gonna, like, hold this against the game necessarily. It's just, I kind of remember that being a little more challenging. Oh well. Maybe I should stop expecting, like, something extremely difficult from this game. I don't know. I didn't spawn in as Boba, but thankfully that wasn't that hard. Look at that water. That's neat. See? Super quick. Super easy. So, like, if we ever needed money, we would just go and play this one over and over again until we, like, saved up. It was very useful for, like, buying Force Ghosts and shit, because they cost a shit ton of studs. TK, what are you doing here? Get your ass in the game. TK couldn't make it, but now he's in my chat, causing a ruckus, being a goofy little guy. I'm actually getting a little bored with these now. I'll probably go to a different. Oh my god, that's even easier than Kit Fisto. Yeah, I'm bored. I'm gonna go do other missions now. I don't have like an attention span, so. Oh fuck! No, it's not what. No. Opinions of the Clone Wars Lego Bounty Hunter missions, or I played Lego Clone Wars, but I don't think I didn't play much of it. I know that because I wasn't really impressed by that game, to be honest. So I don't think I ever played the Bounty Hunter missions. I didn't even know there were ones, honestly. Yeah, fuck you, Dengar. What should I play? Chat, what should I play? Juiju. I don't really want to play this right now, but like, build it real quick. really enjoyed the Clone Wars Lego game. I mean, it's not like I don't think it's bad. I just was not ever really a fan of it. TK9851 is playing Halo. Thank you, Steam, for notifying me of this epic development. I cannot decide what I want to play. I do a story mode, it's just like, I feel like I always do that, and like, you know, maybe this wasn't a good day to do this if I'm just really not feeling it. Let's do Empire. Fuck it, it's the best movie. Have I done the super story for this? I don't think I have. Look at that cinematography. Look at that, that's beautiful. No, for the time that these games came out, doesn't look too bad, I think. What consoles do I got? I don't have consoles. I used to have a Wii. That's what I used to play this game on. Now I'm just playing it on my PC. I got myself an Xbox controller. That's pretty much it. I should start doing streams on Streamlabs more. I've been using OBS. This is way better though, because it just like shows you everything. It shows you like the chat and everything. That's better. Yeah, I know you guys can't see it. I don't know why I even brought that up, but yeah. Family Guy Star Wars movies review when? I mean, probably never, but like, I like Blue Harvest a lot. There are a lot of really great jokes in that one. I can't remember the other two well enough to say if they're like good or bad. I just remember like the third one especially felt very forced. I think even the title crawl of that episode kind of acknowledged, they were like, yes, this was obligatory. We really didn't care to do this one, but like here we go. Let's do it. And you can kind of see it. You can kind of tell. I don't think they really wanted to do Jedi. That's why if they didn't want to do Jedi, they definitely didn't want to do the prequels. So I guess it's a good thing they never did, because they'd have probably phoned that in too. Ah, fuck you. Where'd my bomb go? Where'd it go? God, this is why I never play Empire, because, like, favorite movie and all, but there are 2 levels in it, this one and level 3, that I just absolutely can't stand, especially level 3. It's really, really tedious, and, like not in a fun way. It's just like, hey, shoot these asteroids. Like, okay. This one's alright, though. This one I'll manage to, like, enjoy. It's just not nearly as fun as the other ones. Fuck! Hey, do you guys want to see a grown man struggle to complete a very simple task in a children's game? We could be here for the next 20 minutes. I remember being like I didn't realize that those little fuckers on the ground were stormtroopers when I was a kid, and I remember like realizing that one day when I was playing this as like a teenager, and that like blew my fucking mind. I'm not exactly the most intelligent person. I like to be modest. I like to be humble, and I think the reason why is because, like, I don't have this skill level to back up arrogance. So, if anyone ever tells you that I'm humble, which I guess I probably am not humble if I just self-described myself as humble, but like, but if anyone ever says that I am, it's just because I know my limits. Is the Skywalker Saga worth it? I did not like that game. No. I wouldn't spend my money on it. Which I say, even though I did. My roommate and I each bought, like, spent half a, you know, pooled for it. And, we played it, and it fucking sucked. And it was, like, really buggy. Which was, you know, obviously, like, I don't like, when a game is buggy, like, when it first comes out. And that seems to be more and more prevalent these days. Because they realize that they can just, like, patch it. You know, they can do DLCs and shit. But, like, that game was being worked on for years before it came out. And it was still buggy. Like, what? How does that even happen? How the fuck does that... I mean, I don't know. I'm not a game developer, so... For all I know, that could make total sense, and I just don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's like a really hard thing to not have bugs in your game, but... Like, we were playing, the Yoda versus Sidious fight in Episode 3, which for some reason Captain Typho was there, because there has to be... You know, it has to be co-op, so you have to have... I don't know. I don't know why it wasn't just Bail Organa. If it was gonna be a second person, why not just Bail Organa? Whatever. We were playing that level, and there was a part where we were, like, in the Senate Rotunda, jumping around different, like, Senate pods or whatever, and then, like, we both fell off of one of the Senate pods, and, like, we're falling down into the abyss, you know, beneath, you know, like, the out-of-bounds area, and then we kept spawning back in underneath the pod, so we just continue to, like on a loop, just continuously fall down into the abyss. So we had to, like, close out of the level and restart it. It was really frustrating. Another time we were playing the Tantive 4 mission, and it did, like, an establishing shot of the hallway. I think Vader was supposed to be standing in that hallway, like, at the end of it, and we were supposed to be like, oh shit. He wasn't. It was just an empty hallway, and it was, like, lingering on that, and, like, we couldn't move, and we spent like 15 minutes just waiting to see if anything would happen, and it never did. There's shit like that, and it's like, this game took 3 years to make. I was so upset in Skywalker Saga when they make you walk to Palpatine's office as Mace and Kit Fisto, only to have the boss fight be a cutscene. It was the only thing I wanted from the game. Exactly. That was another thing. Like, I really... Because I love this game that we're playing, but, like, missed opportunity to not have Mace Windu and Kit Fisto versus Palpatine fight. Seems like an easy W, but, like... So Skywalker Saga was coming out, and I was like, oh, they could rectify that. They could do that boss fight. And then it looked like they were going to, and then they didn't. Like, why? What was the point of that? That was... The whole, like, walking to different levels and shit was always tedious. Right? Because it's just like, I don't need to walk around with these characters on Coruscant. I get that it's like an open world map or whatever, and that's fun. You know, you can run around to different Coruscant platforms, you know, other planets, and, like, just you know, whatever. But, like, that shouldn't be required, I think. I shouldn't have to, like, do that just to get from one level to another. And if I do have to do that, you shouldn't make me follow behind characters that are walking. And I have to, like, keep at pace with them in order for the level to progress. That's bullshit. Sheev, you can't hate on Skywalker Saga. It has an Andor DLC. I didn't even... I mean, I did know that, I think. I don't think I've ever played it, though, because I stopped... I gave up on the game after, like, a few weeks. So by the time any of the DLCs came out, really, I was already just fed up. I played a little bit when the Mando DLC came out, because I wanted to play with the Darksaber. That was it. No, fuck off. ATSTs! ATSTs! Hello, stream. Hello, Obsu. Obsu? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sticking his ass up like that. I see you. You have another long video in the works? I'm very hungry, sir. Well, I'm working on the Ahsoka video, which is like an hour and change. And then that's like forcing me to put on the back burner yet again the Clone Wars video that I've been working on all year, which is shaping up to be about 5 hours. So, yeah, I got some stuff in the works. Don't worry about it. I don't know why. I remember when I put out my Kenobi video, right? Like, I assumed that it being long would be a turnoff for most of my fans. Like, you guys would be like, nah, stick to your fucking, like, 20 to 30 minute videos. I don't need to spend 2 hours of my life hearing why Kenobi's bad. But, like, then I remembered that, like, most of my fans are also probably fans of EFAP. So, like, nah, they're fine with it. I say fans. I hate using that word. Followers, subscribers, fans. No. In other news, I bought a comic book today. Or rather, I bought it a few days ago and it was delivered today. It's a Epic Collection trade paperback, which I have several of. Menace Revealed Volume 3. I can't wait to dive into this. I've read most of these already. It's just nice to have them. But there are some that I haven't. I'm going to check them out. It's got Jedi Quest comics. It's got the Jango Fett and Zam Wessel comics. Is it Wessel or Wessel? I can never remember. Can't wait to read. I like... You know, there's not enough EU content set between episodes 1 and 2. Not enough canon content set there either, but, like, EU especially. Sheev, do you have any Lego sets IRL? No, I don't have Lego. I don't knock it, you know? If you're a collector, you're a collector. That's fine, that's great. It's just not my thing. My roommate is big into that shit. He's got so many sets. And, I do this mostly as a joke, but, like, every time we're at Walmart, he will always stop in the toy aisle. And I'll make kind of a show of being, like, annoyed or, like, exasperated by it. I'm just like, ugh. Even though I don't really care. Like, there's nothing here that I care about, but, like, you know, have fun. Embrace your inner child. That's what I always say. Except when I don't. Fuck you, Leia. Walkers being based on elephants makes so much sense. I didn't know that. I mean, I probably did, but, like, you guys have to understand that I have a shit memory, so... If ever I did learn that little tidbit, I forgot it. As is with pretty much every bit of information I learn. Sheev, opinions on Angry Birds Star Wars. Never actually played that. I played Angry Birds a lot when it was, like, really big, but, like, not Angry Birds Star Wars. My only association with Angry Birds Star Wars is that, for whatever reason, I don't know what possessed me to do this, but, like, one time when I was maybe 14, I was at a GameStop. Fuck you, Leia. I was at a GameStop, and I saw a Stormtrooper pig, like, little baseball-sized plush that was available to buy. And I was like, I kind of want this. This looks cool. It was $16, and I still spent good money on it. And like, the second that I did that, I was like, that was a stupid idea. And ever since, I have regretted it, because who the fuck spends $16 on a stupid-ass little fucking Stormtrooper pig? Who does that? Me. I do that. Ah! Want the studs. Sheev, do you have any videos for Halloween coming up? You could review The Werewolf by Night in color. Fuck. No Halloween-themed video. I'm not gonna fuck with that. I don't care. No Halloween-themed videos per se. Although the joke that I continue to make to my friends, to the point where they're sick of hearing it, is that the Ahsoka video should be out by the end of the month, and that can kind of double up as a Halloween video, since she's orange, and because the writing in the show is horrifying. Like I said, not a funny joke, but I continue saying it anyway. kind of analogous to Disney Star Wars anyway. Sheev, when you hit 100,000 subs, build the USC Millennium Falcon to start the addiction. That's the thing. I used to not understand being a collector, right? But then I started collecting, like, Star Wars books, and it's very addictive. So, like, I kind of don't want to buy Legos, and that become, like, an addiction. I'd rather not, because that's a very financially draining addiction to have, and I'd rather not do that. I'm gonna put Southpaw on blast here. He recently confessed to spending $3,000 on one order of, like, a bunch of different Lego sets. And I'm just like, man, I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm okay with dropping $3,000 on Legos. No offense to you guys. Again, I don't knock it. If you're a collector, you're a collector. That's fine. Not my thing. I don't want it to be my thing. Fuck you, Han. Stop. Sheev, buy the UCS sets. Do it. Do it. Sheev, just get your books from a library. I have to, like, return those, though. You know what's annoying, though, is, like, when you buy a book, like, from a secondhand source because it's cheaper, and it comes, like, all packaged. Like, it was very clearly stolen from a library. It has, like, you know, all sorts of stickers on it that you can't possibly remove. And property of this county library on the top, on the pages. I have a few books that are like that really annoy me. Fuck you, 3PO. Fuck off. One of the ones I have, I don't think this is a library book. I don't actually know what it was. But one of the books that I bought secondhand was The Courtship of Princess Leia. And it had a sticker smack dab in front of the Star Wars logo. And I tried to peel it off and ended up peeling off like a good portion of the cover. So in front of the Star Wars logo is just a blank space of clearly ripped cover. And that's annoying to me, and I don't like that. Best level in the complete saga to get a lot of money? Oh, pod racing, easily. Or again, like I was saying earlier, like just do the bounty hunter missions and go for Kit Fisto. It's really, really quick. Stolen books are the best books. Yeah, resellers. I mean, obviously, I'm okay with, like, selling a book that you own. You know, obviously, that is within your rights. But, like, stealing a book from a library and then just selling it? Like, what the fuck is... What's that? What is that? Why would you do that? That's weird. Don't do that. Make a Star Wars sticker and fix the book. Yeah, maybe. There are some books in my collection that are really worn, because again, I bought them secondhand, you know, so like they just came like already really worn out. So there's going to be a lot of books that I have in my collection that I intend to simply, that I intend to simply, like, just replace, you know, once I'm a little more financially well off. Like, I'll probably, you know, ideally, I'd like to have the hardcover for every single EU book, because I love paperback, but hardcover is just way more aesthetically pleasing. Yes, stealing is cringe. But my copy of Shatterpoint is it's a paperback, and it's very clearly old and very, very, very used. Which on the one hand I like the smell, you know, of old books, like the smell when you like smell the pages. Love that. On the other hand, I'd like for my books to be in the best possible shape that they possibly can be. Do you plan on doing a best of the prequels versus worst of the sequel stream with Jolly like you did with Attack of the Clones and Force Awakens? That's kind of what that stream was. We took what we considered to be the best of the prequels and the worst of the sequel, or the best of the sequels and the worst of the prequels. Oh, you're switching it around. So best of the prequels, which would easily be Revenge of the Sith, versus the worst of the sequels, which is Rise of Skywalker. That is so sad of a compare. Like, that is like the epitome of hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. Like, I am so sorry, Rise of Skywalker, that you were put up against something as good as Revenge of the Sith. I don't even think Revenge of the Sith is a good movie. But, like, man, compared to Rise of Skywalker, nah. It's not even fucking close, guys. What's the next Star Wars show? Skeleton Crew, I think. I think that's what it is. Right? It's coming out in December? Question mark? I don't know. I'm not gonna watch that one. Next thing I'm watching and reviewing is Acolyte. So, whenever the fuck that is. Started reading A Song of Ice and Fire a week ago and already finished the first book. It's really good. Have you read it, Sheev? I have read, I'm still on book 3. They're very long. They're very time-consuming. I don't have a lot of time out of my day to just sit and read, so usually I'll try to, like, listen to the audiobooks while doing other things like chores or being at work. So it's a slow-going process, for sure. Yeah, I like the Song of Ice and Fire books. And I recommend them to anyone who's looking for some good reading material. Sheev, I guess you shouldn't read the new Thrawn books because you'll think of Ahsoka and become more sad. Here's something funny, though. There's a part in my video where I go over the fact that Thrawn is no longer, like, intelligent. And, I put together just, like a quick montage of different moments where, like, he's clearly coping, right? Like, Morgan is like, dude, we totally failed. And he's like, no, we didn't. This is, like, a good thing. This is actually what I wanted to happen. And, like, just putting those clips back to back and, like, watching them through really made me sad. Like, not for the state of storytelling or whatever. Like, I've already mourned for that. But, like, for Thrawn as a person, it felt really sad, because it felt like I was watching a senile old man who used to be quite intellectually sharp, trying his best to re-emulate what once he was, you know? And it's, like, humiliating, because, like, these people just went out of their way to, like, rescue him, specifically because he's such a brilliant tactician, and now he can't even do that. So he, like, feels insufficient, and, like, that just makes me really sad. Is it just me, or does Lego Vader look like Detour's Vader? I think that's just you. I don't get that vibe at all. Do you think Filoni's Heir to the Empire movie will be worse than the sequels? Almost definitely. And, I don't say that lightly. I don't know how many of you guys watched my Ahsoka stream, but, like, I dropped what's apparently a hot take in it, where I said that The Last Jedi is better than pretty much anything in the Mandoverse. And I stand by that. It is. Now, of course, Rise of Skywalker is about on the same level as most of the Mandoverse shows, so... But, like, I'm kind of expecting the Mando movie to be, like, the culmination of all the worst parts of the Mandoverse. So, it's gonna be the worst of the worst, so I doubt it will be even as good as Rise of Skywalker. Ahsoka video when Ahsoka video. I'm working on it. I've edited it about halfway. The goal is to have it out by the end of the month. The second I stop streaming, that's like immediately what I'm gonna go work on is that. So, don't you worry. Yeah. Ahsoka's really bad. I also... You guys know I hate Kenobi. You guys know I think that show is, like, bottom tier storytelling. Ahsoka's worse. It's a lot worse. And you know what's funny, actually? There's a YouTube channel called Actually Andrew. You guys, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He is a friend of mine. He's in my server. And he makes Ahsoka videos as well. And in the video he did on the finale, he said it was worse than... he said that it was worse than Kenobi. And, you know, he's gotten a lot of flack for that. Because, no, it's not. And a lot of people who disagreed linked my videos to be like, see, this is why Kenobi's really bad, blah, 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 blah. And it's just funny to me, because I'm like, nah. These people don't know that I fully, like, 100% agree with Andrew. It's worse. It's so much worse. Actually, Andrew's a grifter. That is true. He's also a Sheev Talks puppet, so make of that what you will. Andrew's videos are great. Yeah, seriously, check him out. He makes good stuff. Better quality videos than me, probably, but, like, I don't know. If Ahsoka's worse than Kenobi, how's the video shorter? So here's the thing. I would probably have done a Kenobi-style longman of this if I wasn't trying to get it done so I can get back to my Clone Wars video. And also, originally, when I was, like, writing out the script, I originally had it formatted like the Kenobi video, where I would go through it scene by scene, and talk about why it's really bad, you know, stuff like that. Same as Kenobi. And I was rushing through it, mind you. Like, I was skipping over a lot of details, like, trying to make my points as concisely and briefly as possible. Because I didn't want it to be, like, super long and take all sorts of months to get through. And even then, I got, like, halfway through the first episode and realized that, like, script-wise, I was about 30-ish minutes into the video. Meaning that it probably would have been, like, if I'd continued down that route, it probably would have been significantly longer than my Kenobi coverage. And I just didn't want to do that. So I restructured it into a short man. And even then, while it's structured like a short man, it is still over an hour long. So that should tell you quite a bit. I love listening to the Kenobi videos while working. That's nice. I appreciate that. Yeah. One of the things that, like, pushed me to make long-form videos is because I listen to a lot of them. And specifically, like, when I'm trying to do other things, it's nice to have that sort of playing in the background. So it's nice when people tell me that I am able to provide that same service for them. Tells me I'm doing something right. You know, like, if you're getting out of my videos what I get out of videos like that, then I feel as though I have succeeded. Like, the other day, whenever it was, probably like a week or so ago at this point, time is a flat circle, when we were setting up to do the final Ahsoka stream, and I tweeted about that, just to sort of advertise that it was happening, I got a comment that said something to the effect of, like, oh great, perfect, I was just about to wash my dishes, and now I have, like, something to listen to while I do. You know, headphones charging or whatever, and I'm like, that's so cool. Because that's exactly what I would do if I was listening into an Ahsoka breakdown stream. Sheev, you need Patreon. I have Patreon. It's actually linked in the description if you want to check it out. Any donations that you guys can afford, that you'd like to give, that'd be swell. You guys know me. I'm a lying grifter. So, what's the point of doing any of this if I don't steal all of your money by lying to your face? That's the real question. Ah, fuck. No, 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 not my proton torpedoes. No. I always hated this part, because, like, the aiming mechanic is really, really shitty. So, like, you'll aim right for it, and then it'll fucking miss. Like, how'd you manage that? It's like an auto-aim system. There's no way to miss, and yet it somehow does. Eh. I'm doing dishes right now. Exactly. Exactly. You're not being stimulated by the visuals of the Lego and the Star War, but it's okay. I probably need to do dishes too. I feel like Sisyphus. Why do I wash dishes just to have to do them again? We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life. Go on, get it! God damn it. I would join, but I'm saving money for my siblings' Christmas gift. I have fun. Yeah, no, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, seriously, nobody's obligated. I don't want to be like an e-beggar, and I also don't want to make you feel pressured into, like, please give me money. But, like, you know, if there's anything you can spare, if you feel like it, if you like what I do and you want to, like, help me out, like, by all means, please and thank you. That's all it is. Ugh. Dude, why are they called the Clone Wars if it's just one war? You know, I want to give you the explanation of, like, well, actually, it's, like, multiple wars happening all at once that the clones are getting involved in, blah, 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 blah. But, like, the fact of the matter is that that is technically true. It is different wars, because it's happening on different worlds all over the galaxy. But, like, they also refer to it as the Clone War, like, all the time, so I don't fucking know, man. Clone Wars sounds better than Clone War. That's all I can really tell you. Because in 1977, Lucas probably thought it would be a series of wars, and now they're just stuck with it. I mean, that could be it. That could be it. Like, I've always been of the belief that condensing the Clone Wars into a 3-year time span was a huge mistake. Which was all Lucas. He didn't have to do that. You could have made it, like, 10 years, 15 years, like, you know, make it into multiple wars. Like, maybe the first Clone War sort of had maybe, like, a unstable piece, right? But then, like, someone fucked that up, and then there was a second one, and maybe a third one. You know, there were multiple Clone Wars. They happened over the course of, like, a decade or change, you know? Could be interesting. I don't know. I think that'd be better. It's probably better to, like, make Anakin at least in his mid-30s by the time, you know, he becomes Vader and, like, the Republic falls. I don't know why. Motherfucker was, like, 22. He was a general at 19. Like, this, a little much. A little much. I don't know that they needed to do that. You have to delete one of these characters. Tony, Rocket, Peter Quill, or Cap. Cap. Like, I like Cap, but, like, it's not even a question. The rest of them are just way better. Isn't that what kind of happened with the Sith Empire versus the Republic? Yes, it is. Something like that. And so, like, people talk about how, like, the Clone Wars writers were boxed in. You know, they had to only make the show span over 3 years, and it's like, that is true. I don't blame Blave. I don't blame, like, Dave or whoever for that, but, like, it's still annoying. It's still pretty annoying. I am in Sheev's head. Can someone remind me why Yoda went to Dagobah? If I'm not mistaken, it was because of Qui-Gon's help. Yeah, in the Clone Wars, like, Qui-Gon was trying to teach him about being a Force ghost, and he told him to come to Dagobah for some reason. I don't remember that there was any kind of point to that other than that Dagobah is strong in the Force. Maybe he was like, here, there's, like, better Wi-Fi here. There's better Force Wi-Fi here. Blave Deloney. Having the Clone Wars go for around 10 years would give more room for stories and make the heartbreak of Order 66 stronger. Yes, and I am... Hang on, sorry. I am firmly of the belief that the prequels made a mistake by not having all 3 movies take place during the Clone War. Like, the first one should have been about the start of it. The second one should have been just in the middle of it. We like, have to see all the shit that's happening. The third one then could have been about ending it, but, like, all of them should have been, you know, steeped in the war. Really sit and live with it and, like, have to marinate in it. We get to see the effects of, like, how it's, you know, how is it affecting the average citizen of the galaxy? What kind of battlefronts are we prone to see? Like, what planets are we gonna see, you know, fighting droids? Are there any, like, planetary militias that are joining in, or is it just a clone army? Because, you know, logistically, a few million clones trying to secure peace on hundreds of thousands of worlds would be a fucking nightmare. Like, that's not happening. So, like, I don't know. Flesh out the world a little bit. Maybe show me why the Senate is so devoted to Palpatine by Revenge of the Sith, to the point where they're willing to swear him in as Emperor based on pretty much nothing. If Phantom Menace was to include Anakin's full backstory and then jump to the start of the war, I feel like it'd feel rushed. I don't think so. I'm of the belief that Anakin should have been older, by the first movie. He should have been like 15, 16 by the time he was rescued from slavery. But no, like, the conflict of the movie that Anakin is, like, thrust into when he becomes a Jedi could have just been whatever kickstarted the Clone Wars. I don't see why that's a big deal. Doesn't have to be, oh, well, someone tried to assassinate Padme, so Obi-Wan had to investigate it, and then he found a fucking clone army on some fucking distant planet at the edge of the galaxy. I always do this out of order. Why do I do that? Not paying attention. You know, it doesn't have to be like that. You can rework it however you want. The world is your oyster, I always say. Yeah, you can tell Anakin's backstory any number of ways. The OT leaves it open-ended. That is true. I like the idea of, yeah, he was born a slave, and, like, that's what he knew for a good chunk of his life, and then he was rescued by the Jedi, but they left his mom behind for whatever reason, and then, like, then his mom died because the Jedi basically fucking abandoned her. Like, those are all neat ideas. They can do a lot to inform his motivations for turning on them eventually. Just, I don't know, not well executed. Anakin being, like, really young still, not even seeming to, like, be all that affected by the fact that he's a slave. That's such a weird choice. I don't know whose idea that was. I don't know why George did that. The second movie should have been about the 2 worms. Exactly. They're pivotal. They are pivotal characters, and yet we know very little about them. It's insane. Knowing Twitter, it's causing problems with the frame bots. At what point do you think we'll see Lalo and the BCS frames? Could not tell you. I have not calculated this shit. And yeah, knowing Twitter, they'll probably fuck the frames up anyway. Oh, hey Yoda. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be peak. If you guys aren't following the every Breaking Bad frames in order on Twitter, they're doing Better Call Saul right now. And, fucking follow them. It's hilarious. The two worms need their own prequel trilogy. No, fuck off. By the way, guys, like, just to let you guys know how stupid I am, I remember this specific part of the level used to stump me as a kid. Like, I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do next. Literally just that. Just jump to the other formation. That's it. All you gotta do. I was a dumb child, and I have grown into a dumb man. Hi, Sheev, do speedrun strats. I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of take my time with it. I just hope both teams have fun. What do you think is better, Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? Better Call Saul. Yeah. It's just better. I don't know. People give me shit for that. It's just better. No! I need the blue stud. Still need to watch Breaking Bad verse. Yeah, you do. I tell that to everyone. Yes. Yes, you do. You know, considering it's such a popular show, I'm honestly always surprised by how many people just have not seen Breaking Bad. This game remembers the Force Cave very differently. Yeah, that's one of the things that I've just always found very amusing about this game is like, yeah, well, it has to be co-op, so we're gonna just completely rework everything about the scene here so that we can have, like, a fighting moment. It's like, okay, that's fine. You're allowed to do that, obviously. It's within your rights. And, you know, it's just a game for kids, like, meant to be exaggerated, you know, meant to make it fun to play around in this world far, far away. So I don't knock it. I just think it's funny. I am getting hungry, and I'm probably going to order some food after I finish this level, and then we can keep going. Ah! In other news, if you guys aren't part of my Discord server, you should check it out. It's fun. We get up to some shit. We talk about movies, and we do watch parties. And we've been going through the Halloween movies. The last night we watched 2018 and Halloween Kills. 2018 was alright until the third act. Kills was terrible. And next up is Ends, and then we're done. We don't have to watch any more fucking Halloween movies. We can watch other horror movies to celebrate this lovely month. I'm sorry, what did I do, Groppy? What do you love me for? I am very confused right now. Oh yeah, you can only Yoda can do this. That's neat. I like that. Oh yeah, I promoted my server. Yeah. I promote my server, okay? It's just doesn't always come up naturally in conversations. Yes, I know your Sheev talks hate. I know who you are. I identify you constantly whenever you're in my streams, because the other guys don't know. We should find other movies starring Busta Rhymes. Hell yeah! Hey, Michael! Happy fucking Halloween! Alright, I'm gonna order some food. I am hunger, the destroyer of needing to not eat. I don't know where that joke was going. Probably just order a sandwich. This is not the first time I've done it, and also I have a whole part at the end of my Ahsoka video where I'm gonna advertise it, so shut up. Stop being a shithead person. Need to catch one of those watch parties sometime. Yeah, I mean, we do them fairly often, so like I don't know, they're hard to miss. But only one more Halloween one to go, because we just could not be fucking bothered to do Rob Zombie Halloween movies. We tried. Sam Montgomery's in chat, he'll tell ya. We got like 15 minutes into the first one, and we were like, just no. Just nah. So, that happened, and oh. Sheev, you need to end your Ahsoka video with that clip of Busta Rhymes running off dressed as Michael laughing. I have a few ideas for how to end the video, and I'm kind of tossing them around, so it's going to be either that, or, you know what, I won't even say. I will save it for the video. It's very important that you guys, like, don't know how I end the video. What comedic bit I choose to close out the vid. Hang on, I need to turn on my fucking AC. It's hot. Ugh. Sorry if you guys heard me meow just now. My kitty cat was being a good boy, and I had to emulate his wording. I think Sam Montgomery left. Oh no. Groppy is all alone in the world. Maybe the real Sam Montgomerys were the friends we made along the way. Move, R2. Jackass. Luke Windu again. I'm not understanding what you're saying. Like, what is that? Luke Windu. Sheev, is Jolly your roommate you keep talking about? No. We live in completely different continents. Trying to, put together streams or watch parties or whatever are always a hassle, because he's 6 hours ahead of me. Filthy Brit. He's actually French, which is objectively worse, but... As a kid, I always thought Luke looked naked in this. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it looks like he's wearing like a brown thong, and that's it. I'm just kind of reading Groppy and Sam go back and forth in chat. Sorry if I'm not entertaining you guys. Get R2 over there. Boing. Scream series watch party. I'm down. I fucking love that show. So we can watch. Are you talking about the movies or the actual series? Because I'll do both. I love the movies and I love the show, except for season 3, which we will not watch. I will not. You cannot pay me enough money to watch that season again. Yeah, like She Talks Hate. There's a show. It's pretty good. The first 2 seasons are pretty good. James, thank you for the super chat. Hey Sheev, love your videos. So much, very well and in depth and good humored videos. I watch out for every notification from you. Keep it up. Sorry, I'm fucking illiterate right now, so I butchered your super chat, but thank you for the message. That's very nice. And again, thank you for the super chat. Look at that pose Luke is doing. Come on, R2. If you guys haven't seen the show, though, for Scream, like, check it out. I will host watch parties. I don't even care. I love that show. I will rewatch it. There's that small part of me that wonders if it holds up objectively, because I haven't watched it since I was a teenager. I haven't watched it since it came out. But, like, I think it does. Well, I have watched it, actually, since I was a teenager. I watched it a few years ago, and I remember it being pretty good, so. Back when I was, like, 20. 19 or 20. It probably holds up pretty well. It's kind of really hard to get Scream wrong. Very simple premise. But then again, season 3 did, so. Oh. Have you seen Buffy the Vampire Killer? People say it's good. I mean, it's Slayer, first of all, and no, I haven't. But I have been told it's pretty good, and eventually I plan to watch it. It's just I have a lot of shows on the list right now. Halloween is an even simpler premise, and yet the only good movie is the first one. That's true, but the thing is, the one thing I will say to Halloween, and this isn't a defense of Halloween, because it's entirely those movies' fault, it is harder when it's an actual, like, supernatural entity that they're fighting against. Like, you immediately, like, introduce all sorts of ways that could be fucked up, and then because they're not competent at their jobs writing it, they do fuck it up significantly in like a lot of ways. So again, that's not a defense. It's completely the fault of the writers for introducing and then not properly handling the concepts, but like technically it is a little bit harder to get right than Scream, because Scream is just people in a mask doing shit, you know. what do you really have to get right other than the films have to make sense? The killers have to be, like, well written. You know, obviously the characters in question, just in general, need to be well written. But, like, you know, you want the killers to have, like, motivations that make sense, and the mystery to be intriguing. And, like, you know, because the whole goal of these films is to provide meta commentary on whatever's, like relevant in the time that it comes out. It's got to do that. Otherwise, there's really not much you have to do to get it right. It's really hard to fuck up Scream. I'm so fucking stupid. Dude, for this Halloween, I'm going to dress up as Ghostface and actually Billy Loomis everyone at my university. Should I be worried? Should I, call the cops? I guess I wouldn't know where to send them, would I? Oh, God. A watch party of the Chucky movies? I don't know, man. I've already had my fill of really shitty Halloween movies. Was Ahsoka a good character in the Clone Wars, in my opinion? I think she was characterized very thinly. The arcs in question that do actually develop her in any significant way are few and far between, and typically the lessons she learns are very, like, simple and, like, black and white, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you know, she's very clearly written to be the child stand-in character who learns very simple lessons, and so that's what she does, and, yeah. A bad character, no, but a good character, I don't know. I would say she was a good character in Rebels. You know, that's my hot take. Maybe not a good character in Clone Wars, but a good character in Rebels. A fine character in Clone Wars. Fuck! I died! Just a friendly reminder that I am, in fact, an adult. Alright, but I was, you know, in my defense, I was a bit preoccupied with something, so... Give me one sec. Wow. Yeah. I just kind of wanted to shoot the shit with you guys, so I'm gonna keep going for a little bit. But I do have to get to my Ahsoka video at some point today, so... Hey, it's Wanwo. Wanwo Calrissian. Let's see, what's chat saying? Thoughts on Ahsoka? It's a show. You'll definitely be getting a video, so don't worry about it. That's coming soon. Because I don't want to get into Ahsoka right now. CLS Studios. What makes you say Season 1 is mid? Because people always say that, and I don't understand it. I think Season 1 is pretty good. Might even be... Because, like, I mean, what's the competition? Season 4 is the worst, easily. I'd say Season 3 is probably the best, so... Season 1 and 2 are, I think, in my opinion, like, around the same level of, like, pretty good. It's just that Season 2 has characters like Vader and Ahsoka, who, you know, obviously are characters that I really like, and I like seeing the arc Ahsoka goes on, so that's probably the only thing that puts it above Season 1 for me, if at all. That doesn't make Season 1 mid, I wouldn't say. What happened to his show? Last I checked, it's still happening, right? Or at least they're saying it's still happening, but for all we know, that could have just been a lie to, like, I don't know, keep investors happy or something? I don't know. I heard they did something recently, like, they announced that that's basically why they announced Fantastic Four prematurely, was because, like, investors or whatever, so, like, I really wouldn't put it past Disney at this point to just be like, yeah, the Lando show's also happening, and then, no, it's actually not. We just lied straight to our investors. I wish that fucking heart, you know that little heart on the bottom right of the chat? It, like, obscures my ability to read questions, and I'm, like, trying to read the most recent comment, and I can't. How high in the canon is Lego Star Wars? This is, like, the canon. Anything that contradicts Lego Star Wars is instantly non-canon. Can you talk a bit about your issues with Ahsoka and Siege of Mandalore? I feel like I've gone over this on other, like, gaming streams before, but I can talk about it again, it's fine. So I have a few issues with Ahsoka in Siege of Mandalore. The first being that, so she's, you know, she's teamed up with Bo-Katan, right? They have gone to Obi-Wan and Anakin to plea for their help, because they obviously, they're like, well, we need to get Mandalore back, and, like, we know you guys are invested in this because Maul's here. And, then obviously Obi-Wan is like, well, we can't, though, because, like, there are so many fucking treaties that make it so we can't. To the point where, you know, if we do, we will be drawn into another war, you know, on top of the one that we're already fighting, which has cost us, you know, billions of lives and, you know, like, insane amounts of resources that are being stretched thin. It's not something we can really afford, and it would only be bad. Like, the outcome of saving this one planet and capturing this one renegade Sith Lord would be devastating. So right there, it's, like, weird that, like they're telling Ahsoka this, and, like, I understand that Bo-Katan is, like, fine with that, because all she cares about is Mandalore and stopping Maul. She doesn't really care if that, like, causes galactic unrest. Ahsoka should be a little more wary of that, but fine. It's weird that, because, like, then Obi-Wan's like, yeah, I'll fucking check with the Council and see what they say, which is, like, the Council's never, ever gonna approve that, because obviously, which is why they had to do the thing where it's like, oh, Coruscant's under attack, we don't have time to talk about this now, here, take these clones. Which I don't think Obi-Wan would approve. Like, I believe Anakin would suggest that as an idea, like, here, we can give Ahsoka a third of our forces to go deal with this one planet that's not even in Republic jurisdiction. But I don't believe Obi-Wan would approve that, so that's already weird. But then, like, so he's like, Coruscant's under attack, the Chancellor's been kidnapped, we've been called to Coruscant to deal with that, basically. And Ahsoka's like, well, I cannot believe you. Like, you're playing politics. And it's like, no. They're not playing politics. Coruscant is under siege, Ahsoka. Trillions of people live there. a lot of people are probably dying right now. Like, a lot more than the entire population of Mandalore, I'd bet you. Like, no. This isn't just about, you know, being at the beck and call of the Chancellor. I know that the commentary they're trying to provide there is like, see, the Jedi are so bogged down by red tape that they've lost their way, and, like, Ahsoka's the only one who sees that because she's separated from the Order. But it's like, no. The context just doesn't make sense. Ahsoka's being really weird. They even have a line where Obi-Wan's like, you're not being fair, and she's like, I'm not trying to be. And it's like, well, then what? Okay. Fine. So that's a little weird. That, A, she's willing to allow basically another war to start just to save one planet and capture one Sith Lord. But then, B, like, she's dressing down Obi-Wan for doing his job when so many people's lives are at stake, and then trying to get up on this high horse of, like, I'm looking out for the people. I care about the people. All you care about is the Chancellor. And it's like, more people will die if Coruscant is... Can you, like, imagine the fucking ramifications if the Separatists invaded and captured Coruscant? Like, it's over. It is so fucking Jover, guys. Like, the amount of people that would suffer and the amount of people that would die... like, Mandalore is one planet that pales in comparison. So that's point one that I have against Ahsoka. The second issue is then when Order 66 goes down, and, you know, she obviously is stuck on the Venator. She goes to Maul and sets him free? Like, the idea is, you know, he'll provide a distraction or whatever, but it's like, no. He will kill, like, so her whole thing in this arc is like, I don't want to kill the clones, I will go out of my way not to kill these clones. Even to the point where, like, my own life is at serious risk. And then she releases a Sith Lord, knowing full well that that's exactly what he's gonna do. Like, exactly. Like, what the fuck else did she possibly think was gonna happen? And then people are like, well, she didn't give him a lightsaber, and she said she's not rooting for him. And it's like, at best, that means she freed him for no reason, because she expected him to die immediately. But, like, I don't believe that. I know for a fact that she absolutely firmly believed that Maul would stand a fighting chance against the clones. You know, that he'd keep them busy for a while, and, like, knowing Maul, being a bloodthirsty, vicious lunatic that he is... he's gonna kill a lot of the people that she has fought beside for so many years and that she cares about. And that are basically like brothers to her. That's really weird. I don't like that. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good characterization. Yeah, those are my two big sticking points against Ahsoka and Siege of Mandalore. But... and I mean, again, outside of that, the arcs that do characterize her in Clone Wars are very few and far between. Like, I really don't see the appeal. Even as a kid, like, I didn't even start to find her interesting as a character until she left the Order. And then we never saw her again, barring Season 7, until Rebels, so, like, I don't know. Yeah, imagine if Rex or Jesse died because of Maul. Like, fucking thanks, Ahsoka. Of course, they all die anyway, because guess who goes into the fucking, engine room and destroys it and causes, like, the hyperdrive to go offline, so they come out of hyperspace and crash into a planet. Guess who caused that to happen? Which killed literally all of the clones. Maul. The only person who survived was Rex. And, you know, obviously Ahsoka. And that's all Ahsoka's fault. So, that's great. Siege of Mandalore in general, like, I used to tout it as, like, peak on-screen Star Wars, you know, fucking better than Empire. No. It's pretty bad. It's got a lot of issues. Maul's entire plan to lure Anakin to Mandalore is so stupid. Like, what the, like... it's hard to even put it into words, and honestly, my voice is kind of giving out on me. But I'll try to articulate this, right? Maul believes... I don't even know how to, like, where to begin with this. We've already gone over the fact that Obi-Wan, and by extension the Jedi Council, would never approve of the mission to besiege Mandalore, because that would effectively draw the Republic into another war. So I don't know why Maul believed that even if Ahsoka and Bo-Katan went to Obi-Wan and Anakin for help, that they would agree to it. That's a stretch. But even if, even if they did, that's contingent on Ahsoka and Bo-Katan even going to Anakin and Obi-Wan. And the only reason they did that was because Ahsoka and Bo-Katan happened to bump into each other. Like, how the fuck could Maul have possibly foreseen that? That was by sheer happenstance. So already, like, this entire plan is built on just all these contrivances. So... And that's, like, the villain's plan. And then once Ahsoka shows up and he's like, oh, well, I wanted Anakin and Obi-Wan here, but fuck it. He wants to, like, recruit her so that she can help him defeat Sidious, and I'm like, what exactly do you think you're gonna do? Like, what's the goal? Does he think that he and Ahsoka are just gonna double-team Palpatine and win? Because, no, that's not happening. Like, I don't know what else to say to that. That's just not how that works. I don't know what his goal was there. But yeah, he wants to get Anakin to Mandalore, because he has some kind of vague vision that, like, oh, actually, Anakin has been secretly being groomed by Sidious this entire time to eventually succeed Dooku and become his new apprentice. But he didn't account for the fact that there was literally not a single chance in hell that the Jedi would ever approve of the mission. Let's, like, best faith, right? Oh, I actually did it in under an hour. I thought I totally failed the challenge. Best faith is, like, he somehow predicted that the attack on Coruscant would happen. He, like, saw it in a vision or whatever. And knew that because of... Ow. Fuck. And knew that because of that, that would cause Obi-Wan to, for whatever reason known only to God, approve the mission because, like, they were out of time or whatever. There was no time to talk about it in a committee. That is then contingent on, A, Obi-Wan approving the mission, which he just wouldn't, and B, the attack on Coruscant happening, which would have called Anakin away to Coruscant anyway. So the plan to lure Anakin to Coruscant wouldn't have been possible, just regardless. So I don't believe that Maul would have thought that the attack on Coruscant... Like, I don't believe you if you tell me that Maul predicted the attack on Coruscant, because no. Just no. And at that point, it's like, so what visions is he having? Like, what even is happening? I'm gonna do the story mode for Revenge of the Sith, but I'm skipping the first level because it's annoying. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a great arc. I recognize why a lot of people like it. I like it too, but it does not hold up objectively. Give me 1 minute. My food just got here. It is, like, so adorable. Every time my cat Loki sees me, he greets me like a good little boy. Anyway. Cringe vids unsubbed. That's true. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go for, but I think I'll at least try to truck through all of Revenge of the Sith. Also, what kind of, extras do I have bought? I don't think I've actually bought anything, and I haven't unlocked most of the power bricks. I don't really ever play this, unless I'm streaming, so... I could, like, actually do stuff to progress in the game, rather than just replaying levels, but, you know, I'm just kind of trying to shoot the shit. You know how it is. Can you guys hear my chewing? For some reason, probably just because I like Anakin and Obi-Wan, and I like playing as Anakin in this game, this was always one of my favorite levels as a kid. Fuck you, Groppy. Loki is my cat. I think if Logan and I ever, like, part ways, I'm just gonna, like, buy Loki from them, from his family, so that I can keep him, because he's a good boy. Or I might even keep both of them. I like Skippy, too. Plus, I mean, they kind of need to get rid of some of their cats. His family has, like, 9. And we have 2 of them. So... if I can take any of them off their hands... Fuck you, Groppy, he's my cat, and I love him. Now imagine Ahsoka and Obi-Wan arguing over sending troops to Mandalore, but with Lego mumbling. See, that would be peak. That would be literal peak. Why can't we have that? Hey TK, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but just letting you know, this stream would be a lot more fun for me to do if I had someone to actually talk to and bounce off of, so... fuck you, TK! Playing Halo. Fuck you, Groppy. Don't even joke about that. Sir, you can VC. Sure, actually. Give me a sec, and I will set that up. Fuck you, Groppy. I'm not VCing you. Hello.
Hello, am I loud?
Oh, fuck, yeah. You're loud.
Okay, oh, is that better?
No, it's okay. I'm gonna turn you down.
Alright, hello.
Turn you down even more. Just make sure.
It's 5 AM right now and I have gotten no sleep.
Why are you listening to a Sheev Talk stream? Are you stupid?
Because I I don't know.
Fair.
I
Yeah.
genuinely don't know. I'm not giving you your fridge back, by the way.
Why?
Because I'm gonna keep it.
That's
Mine
mean.
now. It's mine.
But I want it.
No, you gotta keep ordering whatever you got.
Damn.
By the way, what did you get?
What did I get?
Yeah.
Like food?
Yeah.
Oh, I got Subway.
Oh,
Why?
I'm sorry.
Why? Oh, I like Subway.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, you do sound tired, by the way.
That's alright.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll be alright.
R2, what the fuck are you doing? Fuck you, Anakin. Someone asked if you have videos.
Me?
Yeah.
I've got shit posts.
Yeah, well, those are videos.
My most recent video was on, I can't, oh yeah, it was like on, a funny EFAP take.
Which one? Oh,
It was
Guardians, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Their Guardians of the Galaxy 3 take is pretty fucking awful.
The movie is flawed, but like, they missed the mark so badly. I don't know how.
Yeah. I mean, didn't Rags give it like a 2?
Give it a 2 out of 10. Mola gave it a 3. I'm not sure for Fringy, but
that is like the easiest 7 out of 10 in the world.
it has problems. Like I
It
would
does,
probably
yeah.
say probably say like a 6 or a 5, because there are some things that I think are like undoubtedly problems, like Orgocorp security is questionable.
Yes. So the thing is, I know that the plot itself has issues. When I first came out of the movie, I was at around like an 8, and I've since moved that to like a 6 or a 7. But like, I don't know that I'd give it a 5. I think that's pretty low.
Been around a lot of people recently who think it's bad.
Yeah, there are a few people that I'm friends with. I'm not gonna like name names or whatever, but like, who like instantly told me it was bad. Like when it first came out, and I'm just like, nah, man. And one of those people then also said Across the Spider-Verse was bad. So like, sorry if I don't completely trust that opinion. Because Across the Spider-Verse has problems. It's got a lot of flaws. I probably wouldn't give it more than a 6. But to call it bad? Nah.
No comment.
No comment? I take it that means you think it's bad?
It's got a lot of problems.
It does.
I think. Some stuff I've been debated out of, but some stuff I just think is inarguably
Like Peter B was completely assassinated?
Yes.
Yeah. Which is kind of a big thing, because he's, I mean, for me personally at least, favorite character from the first movie. So
Yeah, he was mine as well, and I was really annoyed.
Yeah,
My-
so
like a
assassinating
line that
him really does fuck with the movie a lot.
Really bugs me about a minute is, you know, the line where he says, when you say the multiverse is dying, my brain dies, or whatever. It's like, that doesn't seem like something Peter would say, because he seems to be like a really smart dude,
Well,
and like,
to be fair, I don't know if this is what they were going for. It reads like that line in the first one where Miles is like, and then everyone will die, and he's like, then everyone will die. That's what people always say, but then there's always a little bit of time before everyone dies, and that's when I do my best work.
I feel like the reason for that was because, like, the reason he said that was because of the time that he was, like, what he was going through mentally and stuff. He was kind of just out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed, but, like, when we get to Across, he's kind of just, like, in his best life.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I still enjoy parts of the film, but it is I think that, like, the world building really annoys me, and, like, the way it connects to the comics and the MCU really annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, they just don't function together. It really annoys me.
Jolly actually made an observation that I don't know if this is what the films are going for, but Miguel referred to it as a poly-multiverse, which implies that they are technically different multiverses that are all connected in some way, which technically means they could have different rules. Yeah, and I think that's...
When was that line? When
with
was that line?
The arachno-humanoid poly-multiverse, and then... and he's like, but I guess that sounds stupid too.
Okay, that actually might fix a lot of things.
Yeah, because that's, again, like, that was one of my biggest criticisms, is like, oh, please don't connect this to the MCU.
Alright, well, that makes something better, I guess, because I did not remember that line.
Yeah. The MCU's multiverse is just completely broken. Like, there are so many mechanics in those movies that, like, they're
Loki
like irreconcilable.
Alone,
yeah.
Loki alone is the worst, like, thing I've ever seen. It is like I know that you think Ahsoka is, like, the worst thing ever, but, like...
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay, like, it's, like, one of the worst, like, it's bad. Like, it's a 1 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's, like, it's the worst,
I'd put it lower than a 1, honestly. It is as close to a 0 out of 10 as I'd ever give anything.
I would say that for Loki. Loki is,
Which is fair.
Loki is, like, disastrously terrible in every fucking aspect. Not a single episode is, like, the only episode that, like, gets to a 2 out of 10, like, from the first season, is the 3rd episode, because it has nothing to do with time travel.
I don't even remember it. Is that the one where they're stranded on the purple planet?
Yeah, it's the one that's stranded on the lean planet.
Lean planet. Yeah, Stir will know this, but I have not been keeping up with Loki Season 2. He showed me, like, a bit of the first episode when it came out. I'm fortunate to have not continued watching it after Season 1.
Episode 3 was the funniest thing I think I've seen all year.
Oh yeah? You want to tell me about it?
They establish a love triangle between the fucking clock, like Miss Minutes, and Kang. And so she's like, the whole, like, and her whole thing is that she really wants to fuck Kang. It's just like, why? Why is this what we're doing?
I didn't even know Miss Minutes was real. I thought she was always supposed to be like a hologram.
No, she can interact with reality.
Oh.
She can touch things.
Okay, sure.
And it calls into question, like, okay, if that's the case, and she can change her size and how she looks as well, why doesn't Kang just, like, make an army of those? Because they say he made her. So why didn't he just make an army of those?
So, I'm confused about Kang's power set, right? Because on the one hand, they kind of imply that he's basically a regular guy, like, he's really smart, but, like, for all intents and purposes, it seems like he's just a dude. But then in Quantum Mania, you know, he's got all these powers, but I kind of assumed that much of that was, like, gadgets or whatever. I'm not saying he can't have superpowers. I'm just saying I don't really know what his powers are, or, like, what they're supposed to be. He can just create beings.
What do you mean by
Like he
Miss
created
Minutes?
Miss Minutes. He created a being.
Yeah, he's just. I can't say smart because he's just stupid. He's so stupid.
Well, I mean, he's supposed
he's,
like he's a scientific genius. He's supposed to be a
I know,
smart
but
character.
I know, but he is so. It is like baffling how just like stupid he is, like written in every way. Like his plan, just how and everything works. I got a friend. You might have not heard about him, but have you heard the name Pugito?
Yeah. Yeah.
He made the What If videos.
Mm-hmm.
He's making videos on Loki and saying why it's like the worst thing ever. His first videos out is really, really good. I helped out with finding one new detail on it that he put in just before.
Yeah. TK told me about Puggy, and he got me to watch his Doctor Strange What If episode video, and it really changed my mind on that because I used to think that was a really good episode.
So did I, but it is fundamentally broken
Mm-hmm.
in like every way. I find it really funny though, how like when people try to defend Strange in No Way Home, they will pull to that episode to be like it's consistent, and it's just like I wouldn't pull an assassination to be consistent with. I just think that's funny.
Hmm.
By the way, I have a hot take surrounding Strange in Infinity War and Endgame. About like how the plan is. I don't think Strange is bad during the second half of Infinity War, specifically because of how. So, when he looks into the 14 million outcomes, right? You would assume that all of like the basic things that would kill Thanos would be there, like as at the forefront. That would be like a reasonable assumption to have, right?
Sure.
And I would say the problem isn't with Strange. It's a problem with the plot for being like you're fucked, and you can't do anything about it, which is a problem because it's like the film does not justify any of it. But I wouldn't put the blame on Strange specifically, because Strange is just kind of left here to be like, all right, well, I've been dealt a shit hand. I guess I gotta keep going with it, because it's like the plot has basically told him to go fuck himself.
Mm-hmm. Although what I would say, and again, I agree with you that like the plot is trying to tell you that there are no other options and that that's bullshit, and the film hasn't justified that. But I would say, even if we were accepting that as true, I still take issue with Strange doing this weird like looking into the future thing now and not earlier.
No. I'm saying like during the second half of Infinity War. Before, yes.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
okay.
saying like afterwards. I'm saying like that's.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I get what you mean. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Strange has been dealt a shit hand. He kind of has to deal with it.
Hmm. Yeah, Infinity War Strange. It's kind of annoying how like pretty much immediately after the first Doctor Strange movie, he's just kind of ruined. I mean, he's fine in Ragnarok from what I remember, but like otherwise,
I like him in Ragnarok. I like him in Ragnarok.
He makes a very brief cameo. It'd be hard to fuck him up. He's fine
like
in Ragnarok.
He's really competent and does like his job. He's like
Competent.
As soon as something.
There's even a moment where like he's about to do a spell, and then he checks and makes sure that there aren't any like Asgardian modifications necessary, because like you fucking want to check that kind of shit before you just start casting spells willy-nilly. It's almost like the details matter. Strange. Steven. Old buddy, old pal.
Are you happy, Steven? Are you happy, Steven? No, I'm annoyed.
I love ripping the arms off of clones. It's so fucking cathartic. In other news, I might be a serial killer. So.
I mean, I wouldn't be too far off.
Yeah. I'm a lying grifter who makes, like, videos on YouTube, so I might as well be a serial killer.
I am excited to watch the Scream series, by the way, because
Yes.
I've never seen them. I've never seen them.
You've never seen the movies?
Never seen any of them.
I can't wait. Just as a preamble, like, Scream 1 is my favorite horror movie of all time. I like it more than even The Thing.
Yeah, I think you said that when we were in the watch party for the Halloween 2, which is the only Halloween movie I've seen.
Oh yeah, you haven't been there for all of our Halloween watch
No,
parties.
I joined for a couple seconds and then I
That's
had to
fair.
pop off from that.
I shot him 6 times!
The fucking car ramming into that kid is still so fucking funny. You could use that clip in your Ahsoka video, like at the beginning, if you're gonna edit, just like the current state of Star Wars.
I don't have that in there, but what I do have is that shot of Dr. Loomis doing the facepalm. I have that as a reaction clip at one point in the Ahsoka video.
Okay. When I was watching Ahsoka with a friend, I got spoiled for the Anakin stuff, like from episode 4, I think it was, when he like shows up.
Yeah.
And it was like, and my friend had no idea. It was like, and we both think the show is shit at that point. I was like, dude, you have no idea what's in store for us when we get to the end of this episode. It's like, I guess and he's like, I'm assuming we're gonna know who Marok is. That's gonna be the big reveal. And I was like, oh, buddy, you have no idea. And then when we got to Anakin, he was like, no. We both busted out laughing. It was so funny.
Yeah. I just remember being filled with so much dread when I watched that part.
I wasn't even mad at Ahsoka. I was bored and just laughing. It was so funny. It felt like a clown fest. It didn't feel like a real TV show at a certain point.
Yeah, I agree.
I accept as soon as like when I got to the part like in episode 8 when like it's revealed that fucking Hugh Yang had like a kyber crystal. I was like, yeah, you know what, that's fine, I don't care. You can pull anything out of his ass, whatever.
Hu Yang is kind of just the guy for like exposition dumps and, hey, do you need this thing fixed or do you need this resource right now? Here we go.
He was probably my favorite part of the show. He was like probably the least bad, I would say, overall.
He was like not terrible. You know.
He said smart things and he was like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, but like the scene where Sabine was about to set a bomb off in a hospital and he was like, nope, no. And then he shot it off before it could get to that point. Like, yeah, good on you, man. That seems like very basic stuff, but apparently our main characters aren't heroic enough to realize why you shouldn't set a bomb off in a hospital, so...
I was so just out of it. I was just like, this is Star Wars. this is Star Wars. Dude, we were eating so good last year.
Mm-hmm.
After the season ended, I watched the scene in episode 3 of Andor when Khan loses and he's just looking at the destruction all around him, taking it in. I was just like, how do we go from that to this?
Right? Oh, but no, that's not Star Wars, so...
Oh, it's a world-building show.
I don't even know, man.
Fucking means.
I don't know. A world-building show. Fuck you, Star Wars Theory. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think after... Because I went to Andor episodes a lot after watching every new Ahsoka, just as a palate cleanser. I can't tell you how many times I've watched that scene in episode 7 where he is about to leave and then Marva says she's not going. And then she talks about, like, you know, I've sat around waiting to die long enough. I've wasted my life. Like, people are standing up.
By the way, I used to think that was the weakest episode in the show.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
There were some parts where it was just like, but I realized, like the part where Cassian gets captured, I felt was just like, that came out of basically nowhere. It was just like, okay. But I was just like, that's kind of the point. It's like...
Well, until you realize it actually was set up.
Oh, I need to rewatch it. Like, again, I need to rewatch a full rewatch of the show.
Not only was it set up beforehand in that episode, but it was also a direct consequence of the Aldani heist. So, you know, cause and effect is at play here. Cassian's own actions are coming back to bite him in the ass.
Yeah. Speaking of another Disney Plus show coming, that's about to arrive. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. Percy Jackson. I saw that you follow Rick Riordan on Instagram, and I was like, oh, you're a fan. You like Percy Jackson and stuff.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on how the show looks?
It looks kind of, I mean, typical Disney Plus stuff, I guess. So, like, it looks kind of cheap at times. Like, there are several shots where I'm like, that looks fake. And it's mostly just like, yeah, the volume not being used to proper effect. That aside, the actors are all great. I love Walker Scobell, like, in everything I've seen him. Like, I don't know if you've seen The Adam Project. Not even that particularly good of a movie, but Walker is great. I don't know who the kids are that they got to play Grover and Annabeth, but they look pretty good for the roles, so I'm looking forward to that. It looks like a much more faithful adaptation, which is not something that I typically care about. Like, it doesn't need to be a one-to-one adaptation for me to think it's good. But at the same time, the movies are so ass, and a lot of that is because they just completely fucked with, like, the source material in ways that just make no sense. So I don't know.
I've only seen the second one, and that was ages ago.
Oh man, I'm so
The only
sorry.
thing that I liked it because I was a young man.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, this is fun. One thing I prefer as an adaptation thing from the movies that I do remember from the book, because I started reading the book, is I prefer the click pen to like the cap off pen.
Yeah, I think it's better.
I understand the symbolism of like it's like a sheath to a sword, but like I feel like I don't know. It feels like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's more
Practical?
yeah, practical. Yeah, because it's just like oh I lose the cap, and I know like it will come back to him, but it just like it feels more practical.
Yeah, that's fair. I like Riptide. I think that's a cool idea for a sword.
Like, I thought you were talking about the song in the trailer.
Oh yeah, they did play that song, and I was like, did they play that song in the trailer because of the sword name? Like, really?
Yes, I think that was the reason.
Okay.
I think it's are you a fan of the new God of War game? This is related. I'll get back to it.
I mean, I figured it's related because, you know, similar mythologies. I've not actually played them. I've heard nothing but good things, though. So.
Okay. The guy who composed the music for those games, which the soundtracks are really great, is composing the music for Percy Jackson.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it. What's his name?
Bear McCreary, I think.
Oh, I know him. Yeah, he's great.
He did fucking Rings of Power.
That's something to put on your resume.
I'm not gonna touch that show. I never want to touch that show.
I've told this to people before. I think I even said it on stream once. Jolly got me to watch the first episode of that show, and it made me fucking angry. And then that same night, I just started feeling extremely ill, and then I was sick for the next week. And I blame Jolly, and I blame Rings of Power for making me physically ill.
Jeff Bezos. Cursed you. That cost $1 billion.
I can't believe that. I was gonna get that blue stud, but I'm not going
By the way,
back up there.
I'm not even like that big of a fan. Like I wouldn't even say I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. Like I acknowledge that the films, like the original trilogy, are very well made. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, I'm not a big fantasy guy. Like overall, like there are exceptions, but.
Sorry, you're not a fan of what?
Of like fantasy, just like medieval fantasy sort of stuff. It's not my.
Oh.
Like, it's not my kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Not for everyone. Me personally, I love Game of Thrones, so.
Oh, even the final season?
No.
You love the final. Sheev, You gotta make a 6-hour-long video praise to bring everybody back.
I just recently got my friend into Game of Thrones because he's been watching a bunch of shows on my recommendation. You know, I showed him Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and I got him into Arcane.
I haven't finished the Breaking Bad either.
Yeah, we'll do that. So now he's watching Game of Thrones, and I've told him, like, I've watched this show multiple times, so, like, you know, you can talk to me about pretty much anything, and, like, I will probably remember it well enough to be able to hold a conversation with you. And I said, the only episodes of Game of Thrones that I've only ever watched once and will never watch again are Season 8. Fuck Season 8, man. But yeah, I'm also not even really that big of a Lord of the Rings fan. I like the original trilogy. I've only seen parts of The Hobbit. And again, I only watched the original trilogy as an adult. I didn't grow up with them. I have no nostalgia for them. And I watched Rings of Power Episode 1, and I just fucking despised it.
Which is... Because I did watch the films when I was, like, younger, but they still just, like... I think I did like them. Where I was like, yeah, I like the funny little ring and the funny little guy with the ring. But that's about it. I like the little guy. He's got a ring.
Gollum. Sorry, I'm eating.
The joke is that there's a lot of little guys.
No, I understood that, yeah. But it made me think, like, the one that immediately came to mind for me was Gollum. And,
yeah, that's what I was thinking of as well.
He's one of my favorite characters in those movies. I love me a good, like, tragic character, and he's one of them. Oh. Yeah, I like Gollum.
Have you seen, it was like I think it was like an MTV award thing. It might not be that, but it was like an award ceremony, and it was Gollum, and it was like, and they got Andy Serkis to come and play Gollum, and he was like making fun of Dobby, and he calls Dobby the F slur.
What? Like as Gollum, he calls him the F slur?
Yes, he says the F slur.
I love that, and I need to look that up later. That's absolutely wonderful, and I'm glad you told me of this.
It's really funny. It's my favorite thing associated with Lord of the Rings.
Sheev, have you ever seen The Tragedy of Cassandra's Dream with Ewan McGregor? I have, actually. It's pretty good. Check it out. I don't have really much to say about it. It's just, I liked it.
Speaking of Ewan McGregor, are you a fan of like Mike Flanagan stuff?
Absolutely, yes.
You watch his latest thing?
I'm waiting. So I'm gonna watch Fall of House of Usher with Jolly, and we're just waiting for a good time to get together and do it. So it's probably sometime like after this weekend. Why?
It was just Ewan McGregor.
He was in.
I was like, oh yeah,
he was in Doctor Sleep. Yeah, good stuff. Good movie. Yeah, I recently watched Hill House because I hadn't seen it. I've seen Midnight Mass. I've seen Bly Manor, which is hands down his best work that I've seen. Have not seen Midnight Club, but Jolly tells me it's not good, so I'll probably just skip it. Or if I watch it, it'll be much later. House of Usher's next up. Are you a Flanagan fan? A Fanagan?
No, I actually haven't even seen any of it. I'm just trying to find conversation.
Oh, my bad. Well, you should. You should watch.
You
should. He makes a lot of good shows. Sometimes he fumbles with the finales, but it's okay.
The only thing I've seen that's related is The Shining. That's the only thing I've seen that's
right.
Which I'm not a horror fan at all. Overall, I don't like being scared very much. The Shining is an exception to that rule. The Shining is so... It's a film
It's
that I
really
can
good,
rewatch over and over and over again and find new stuff to enjoy.
Exactly. Well, if you're not a fan of horror, maybe Flanagan's work isn't for you, because I mean, he does horror really well. It's very subtle. It's actually, like, daunting and creepy. It's not in your face, usually. But if you're not a fan of horror, I get it. The other main appeal that most of his shows have is, like, excellent drama, great characterization. And you can enjoy that even if you're, you know, even if every once in a while you get a little scared. So, I don't know. I'd still recommend it. Like, at the very least, Bly Manor. It's mostly not even that scary. There are like a few moments that are genuinely horrifying.
I've heard a lot of great things about him.
Mm-hmm. I would recommend... I'm always hesitant to recommend Midnight Mass, because, like, it really shits the bed in the finale. But the first 6 episodes are really good, and it also, like, it has one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, whose story is untouched because they die before the finale. So, like, I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm probably gonna call it here because I finished Revenge of the Sith.
Alright.
But thank you for coming on, Stir, to sort of help me have anything to converse about other than just talking to a void.
No problem.
Hey.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, you have fun. Good night, man.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
So everyone say goodnight to Stir. What do you think about Gen V? Haven't seen it. I do intend to watch it. But, like, I don't know. Doesn't really look all that interesting to me, if we're completely honest. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been real. And, do I have a catchphrase?